Welcome back. It's still Morning Rush on Metro Television. Our first conversation has to do with the Green Ghana Day, and our guests are Cornelia Dasaah, Deputy Human Resource Manager for the Forestry Commission, and also Stephen Kofi Bonsu, whom I'm told is my brother-in-law. It's also the Forest Range Manager of the Forestry Commission. Good morning and welcome once again.
Thank you. Good morning.
So you were here last year?
Yes, we were here last year.
I hosted you?
Yes, you did.
It's good to see you again.
Yes,
how
good
are
to
you
see
doing?
you again too. We are good. We are doing well.
Even
and you?
I'm doing so well.
Jehovah's grace. For God and country, we are here.
Amen.
Anyways, we have met once again for the Green Ghana Day. Let's try to remember viewers what exactly it is. So tell us all about it.
Okay. Steven, go.
Okay, Green Ghana is a project launched by the government, as in for the next 4 years we are supposed to plant millions of trees to restore the forest cover, as well as ensure people plant trees within their homes, communities, churches, and various places that are free, just to manage issues of climate as well as the environment also.
Okay.
Yes. So this year, Green Ghana has been launched by His Excellency Otumfuo Osei-Tutu II in Kumasi. That was on the 17th of April.
Okay.
All right. So hopefully on the 9th of June, we are going to have Green Ghana plantation. But notably, in Ghana, when we say Green Ghana, it's not a separate project. It is something derived from World Forest Day.
Okay.
World Forest Day happens on the 21st of March every year.
Okay.
But looking at Ghana, our system is such that we have the dry season and the rainy season.
Yeah.
So if we say we are having it in March, we know the time within that time frame, we don't have good rain patterns. So then the Royal Act of World Forest Day is celebrated in Ghana on Green Ghana Day.
Okay.
Yes.
One would say that I also plant in my backyard. I do planting every day. Why exactly, or what makes this Green Ghana Day relevant? What's the importance of it? What's the aim we are hoping to achieve with this initiative?
Great. I think first, let's all attest to the fact that currently the weather is not that favorable. And Ghana, for instance, is losing a great forest cover as well as tree cover.
Okay.
You know, growing up, we used to have trees being most of our boundaries, etc.
True.
And everything. All right. Now we realize most of this has been taken off.
Yeah, they've been cut down.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the weather is quite harsh. Now, how do we solve that problem alongside?
Okay.
By encouraging people to plant more trees. You plant in your homes, your schools, your churches, our forest reserves, and every part that is available for planting.
Okay. And what is the planting targeted? Where exactly are we going this year? Because I remember an article published by the UNCPA said something about the focus was going to be in the Ashanti region and also I think the Western region. Has it changed, or now we are doing all the 16 regions across?
Now we are doing all the 16 regions across. Yes.
Okay.
Because that's why now we have the target. The target for the for this year is 10 million seedlings. You know, last year it was 20 million, if you remember.
Yeah.
And we've scaled it down to 10 million.
Wow.
Yes, and this is because we want to maintain what we did last year. So that at least it's not like we've planted the trees last year and we've abandoned them. So we want to scale it down so that we can have the 10 million, that we can have time to take care of the other ones, to nurture them so that they can grow well. So that at least we can increase the tree cover, the country.
Okay, let's touch a bit on last year. How did it go? And so far so good. How has the results been?
Oh, it went well last year, and I think last year so far, from from the reports we had about 78% survival rate, and that is very good. And that's why we want to make sure that this 78% that we had, we'll maintain it so that we don't go down. Even if it even go low, it shouldn't be more than 75%. Okay. So we have to do our best to protect it, and then to add this one to it, then we can move them together.
Okay. Yeah. One will ask, where do we get the seedling to plant? Where exactly is the seedling from?
So for Greater Accra region, we have 3 nurseries. First of all, we have one at Tema, Ayukuma.
Okay.
Then we have Amasamai nursery. Then we have the regional office, that is the central nursery. at just opposite the National Forestry Commission, and then adjacent Gimpa.
Okay.
So when you come there, you get them. And then aside that, we also have places like the malls. So we have like Accra Mall, Achimota Mall, West Hill Malls. We have Palace Mall. We have other districts too that we've sent the seedlings to. So if you go to any of the malls, you get our stand there. Then you can go and pick seedlings from there. But if you're also close to us, you can come to the regional office, and then you come and pick your seedlings as well. So whichever area you are close, if it is Amasamai, you pick from Amasamai area. If you have in Tama, you go to Tama area and then you pick it from there. And if it is within Greater Accra, you can go to any of the malls and you can get it sorted.
Yeah. Are there different types of seedling?
Yes, we have different types of. Actually, we have the economic species, we have ornamentals, and then we have the fruit seedlings as well.
Okay.
So with the fruits, we have guava, we have how do you call it? Pear. We have
yes. In my house. Wow.
Yes.
So these are great, but let's talk about the survival rates compared like to last year. How did it go, and this year too? What are we looking at?
This year we are looking at least, we should get at least 80% to 90% survival rate this year. Good. Because once we've reduced the quantity this year, we should have, we should be able to take care of them with the old one so that we can maintain all of them. And I'm expecting 90% survival rate, yes.
This initiative is more government-driven. Yeah. What is the role of the private sector coming in to support? What are they doing?
Okay, so with the private sector, for instance, we have the media like you, people who, through your corporate social responsibilities, sometimes when we come, you give us free airtime to speak, and then that sort of thing. Then we also have other organizations like the banks. We have Vodafone, we have MTN, we have other companies that come to that support us in this event, and also with our institutions too around, like the MMDCs, and then we have EPA, we have Agric, Ministry of Agric, and then we have other organizations too that also come to support us, especially the military. The military are really very helpful. Then the police too, they also help a lot. Like this year, for instance, the military, they are giving us 2 trucks to help us distribute the seedlings, which is remarkable. Yeah. And we say thank you very much to the military command, especially the chief of staff, who, willingly agreed to give us the support. So we are really grateful.
That's very good. So what is the date and the time?
The date is we will launch. It's on the 9th of June this month, and at the time, at least by 7:00 a.m. Mostly trees are planted in the morning. Okay. If you plant it in the afternoon, they are very fragile. Okay. So we prefer that you plant a tree early in the morning so that it will. The environment will be cool enough to for it to start well, to germinate well. For the roots to go into mix well. Okay. But when it is in the afternoon, because of the heat. The heat, yeah. It can't go into the soil well. It does, but then because of the evaporation of liquid and all that, so you realize that if you plant in the afternoon, the least thing that happens to it can die off. But in the morning, it is more secure to plant in the morning. Because
even any other thing.
Just to add up to the tree life, all right. Trees are very, very delicate, especially when they are just seedlings. All right, so they easily get stressed out. Yeah. So it is very, very, very important that you look at the trees by planting them early in the morning. Okay. Especially conveying them from where you have them to the site. Okay. It goes through a lot of stress. So then once you relax it a little and plant it that early, it's able to accommodate enough water to hold it up before the sun rises to kind of like take some of the water from the soil. Okay. So it is very important. And also, we have all the MMDAs participating in Green Ghana. Okay. They have been with us from the maiden edition till now, and they are actively supporting. So depending on where your location is, you can as well go to the MMDAs and pick seedlings from their, mostly their agric departments and their nurseries. Okay. So that's one place people can also pick seedlings. Okay. And when we talk about Green Ghana, it's a project for everybody. Sure. We don't have to look at just the corporate institution, the government only, because when you're having or you're feeling the heat within your community,
it's everybody.
It's everybody.
It's everyone.
So you just have to understand, because this year we are running on a team, our tree, our health.
The team again.
Our tree,
our health. Okay.
Our forest.
Our forest, our health.
Okay, our forest, our health. Okay.
And because we know the importance of forests or trees to human health. Photosynthesis.
I want to add one little thing to what he's saying. When they say our forest, our health, you know, there's this saying that the forest is your lungs.
Yeah.
And that means that when we breathe out the carbon dioxide and we take in oxygen, then the forest, the trees processes the carbon dioxide and then give it back to us in the form of oxygen, then we breathe it in. Yeah. So and when we breathe, it goes into our lungs. Okay. And that is why that's why we term it as the forest, our health. Okay. Yes, and also we also know that now, like my colleague was saying, the weather has become so warm now. Yeah. And those days, if you were 10 years ago, 15 years ago, when in the north, when you go down to the northern sector, you said when the weather is hot, it's warm, it really bites. But in Accra those days, when the weather is warm, what you see is that it's warm, but it doesn't get into the skin like, but it was a bit moisturized. Yeah. But currently you see that when the weather is warm, it's really hot, it really bites, even in Accra. It bends, exactly. You know, that kind of thing. Yeah. And then also the trees to also serve as a way of erosion, protecting the soil. Okay. Because when it is raining, the rain hits the leaves. When there's a lot of trees, it doesn't touch the ground roughly. Yeah. It comes down in a soft manner, so that the soil is intact. You know, and also it prevents this flooding that we are having in Accra. If we can have a lot of trees in Greater Accra, plant everywhere, plant in our homes, and then we can have a very nice, I mean, this flooding thing will be solved. It
will be solved. Exactly. Cornelia and Stephen, let's get on to the demonstration. Okay. If anyone gets their seedling, how the process is supposed to be. Okay. So let's touch on it, and then we wrap up on this conversation. Okay. Okay.
Good.
So
you can put it. Yeah. All right. Good.
Okay. So this is the seedling. Okay. And we've wrapped it in here because we wanted to protect it before we get here.
Cornelia, please shift a bit so that the cameras can capture whatever you do.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Fantastic. So we remove this. So this is the seedling. Okay. So when you are going to plant it, first of all, you have to, let me put this on. Hold this for me. So, thank you. So you have to, mostly we use black soil to put under, to line it, the loamy soil, exactly.
I think I still remember my grade.
You see. Then when you pick the seedling, you tear it open. Okay. This way. And then you remove it nicely, like this. Remove the polythene out of it, because the thing is that if the polythene is inside the seedling, what happens is that the roots may suffocate. The roots may suffocate because of heat. Yeah. But when it is out, it's easier for the tree to grow. So you bring it straight down, and then you position it nicely. And then what you do is that you now cover it with the soil and press it for it to be firm. Okay. Good. Then you now use water. You must water it. Yeah. So you water it around. Make sure that the water is enough to soak it. I mean, to make it wet enough. Then that is it. So you see that it's straight, and then.
Yeah. The process is very simple. You can do it in your garden, your backyard.
Anywhere.
Yeah, anywhere. Yeah.
And you know, one thing is whenever you're peeling off the pots, the poly pots. Yeah. All right. Make sure you hold or squeeze it a little to detach the black soil and the root from the soil, and you peel it so that at least you can maintain that and still keep it in the ground and have it in the right way. That's why we said you need not stress the seedling before you plant.
So on a regular, you have to be nurturing it. Making sure that it has water. Yes. How often should you water it?
So assuming that it is not a raining season. Okay. So you water it early in the morning and then in the evenings. Okay. Yes. But if it's raining, you wouldn't need to water it. Okay. Yes.
Thank you very much, Stephen, Bonsu, and also Cornelia. Any final words before we go?
So encourage everyone out there to come to go to the various centers that we just mentioned and pick seedlings for the Green Ghana exercise. Like I said, it's very important. We all know the importance of trees. Yeah. We need it in our homes, we need it in our schools, we need it in our community, everywhere. This exercise is for everyone, individuals, organizations. We are all invited.
Okay, you're all invited. Stephen, anything?
All right. I would also want to say thank you to the religious bodies. I think mostly they have been helping out and they've been coming in to support every activity by making sure that the community hears of Green Ghana and supports everything. And I'll repeat, We have our outlets as in the Accra Central Nursery, which is close to Gimpa and opposite the Forestry Commission headquarters, as well as Amasaman and Tema. Okay. Also, the MMDs, municipal district assembly, they are all part of this project, and they can also give us seedling, as well as the Accra, West Hills, and Achimota.
Okay. Thank you very much. It's a delight to have you this morning to tell us all about that. We wish you nothing but the best and a successful event.